Okay, so I'm just going to introduce you to the stove and its different components, but you can see here we basically have a metal frame for the stove. It has a wing here or a shelf, and the only thing in fact that's already been assembled are the legs, and you can see here that we have a nut. So there's a nut in cada leg that you can basically just undo, and these come off completely. But aside from that, all the rest of the components are still to be assembled, and we're going to do that next. So in terms of the materials that we have, we've got this bag here, which is a pumice stone. You can see this is very light stone that doesn't absorb the heat. We've got a little bit more pumice stone in this bag here, and then we have more pumice stone here in this container. So in total we have probably 2 large bags of pumice stone. And then just in case that isn't enough stone, I've actually bought some pieces of broken blocks, which are also made from pumice stone, and we can use these to fill up a bit of space in the stove, and make sure that our material, we have a sufficient amount of material. The other materials that we're going to be using are what we have here at the chimney, which is just going to kind of stick on the back of the stove there. We have this big flat, I'll move this out of the way, we have this big flat brick. This is basically going to form the base of the combustion chamber. We have these heat-proof tiles, and in fact there are a number here, but we're just going to be using 2 for the construction of the stove, and they just form kind of an outer wall outside of the combustion chamber to protect the ceramic finish of the stove, which I'm going to show you in a second. Other materials, you can see there are 3 kind of large bricks here, large flat bricks, and they're a little bit smaller than the ceramic these kind of tile heat-proof bricks, and they form the walls of the combustion chamber. We have a number of kind of smaller bricks here, and we're going to put these in last. We're going to use them to create a little ramp in the pumice stone, and hopefully slow down the heat a little bit towards the back of the stove. Okay, so then we have 3 different things here that are just been placed inside the stove body. We have this metal box, which is basically where we're going to put the firewood in the stove. The top part is where the firewood goes in. The bottom part is for airflow, and this just kind of fits through the hole in the wall here. And then we have our ceramic tiles, which they're going to be placed around the edge of the stove, along this side, also along this side, and then we have some that are already cut that are going to form the base of our shelf here. Finally, we have this piece of metal with a hole cut in at the top, and that's just going to stand here at the back of the stove. The hole is where basically the smoke and the gases are going to leave the stove before they go up through the chimney. And oh, and finally, in fact, I'm just going to show you this. We also have here kind of a little sliding door. There you go. So this just kind of slides in and out, and we did it like that because it was more cost effective to make that. But basically, it's going to allow access to the chimney compartment. So if this kind of fills up with ash, then you can kind of get in. There's access there, and you can get in with your hand, and you can clean it out, and then you can just close it like that. And then here is the plancha. So obviously this is going to sit on top of the stove. You can't see it very well, perhaps because of the light, but it's 3 rings. And then, in fact, if I just put it over here on the back of the plancha, you can see there are 2, one here, and then one on this side. So there are 2 kind of wings, and in fact there's one at the back, and they basically just slow down the heat transfer to the outer wall of the stove, and they also provide some stability to the actual metal plate, and hopefully prevent that from warping over time.